I have a question. Do any of you out there in video land, in social media land, have anyone that you know who will do things and knowing that they're not supposed to be doing it and will suffer the consequences later? And they actually agree to that. I'll do it. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'll suffer the consequences later. I'm sure some of you out there know someone like that. I When I do these videos, I talk about life. I find life intriguing, interesting, and sometimes baffling. And it goes for the same people too. But anyway, I'm going to get straight to the point with this video. I have a question. Why do people do the things that they do? Could it be of what I just mentioned? Because I got a nephew who went out and rented a U-Haul truck. Oh, there's no harm in renting a U-Haul truck. Nah, people do it every day. Yeah, I mean, I even done it multiple times throughout my life. But when you rent a U-Haul truck, you have to bear some responsibilities and follow certain rules when you rent the truck. Right? Well, my nephew, he went out to rent the truck. I don't know what he had to use the truck for. But he went and rented the truck. And he was supposed to return the truck that next day. He never returned the truck that next day. He never returned the truck the day after that next day. He never returned the truck the day after that next day. He never returned the truck the day after that next day. He kept the truck for 7 days. He kept the truck. He never returned it. And you know what? I never talked to him. I didn't talk to him about that incident after that. He did that. Because I'm just asking myself the whole time when I found out about it, where's the logic in his actions and what he did? But anyway, let me just get on with the story. It's not a story, it's actual facts. So he's got the U-Haul truck and he's using it as his own vehicle. I mean, it's not his truck. I mean, he's riding through town with his boys and hanging out with the truck, driving the truck and neatly parking it in front of his place of residence, like, making sure it's in between the lines properly, nice and neat, like his own vehicle. You don't want to get the doors to get dinged. He's going to the clubs with the truck. So, anyway, the police eventually caught up with my nephew. And when they caught up with him, do you know, they asked him a question, why didn't you return the truck? Because, of course, U-Haul called the police on him. In fact, they were looking for him for 2 days after he was supposed to have returned the truck. So all of that time, they were looking for him. It took them 5 days to find him. I wanted to ask him, where did you go? But anyway, when they did caught up with him, he said to them, they asked him a question, why didn't you return the truck? And you know what he said? I forgot. He knew good and well he didn't forget. He did whatever he wanted to do. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was 30 years old. He knew exactly what he was going to do. And he did it because he's that one of those type of people that will pay now, pay now, or have your fun now, and suffer the consequences later. I've never been that type of person. I've never been that bold. Matter of fact, I've always been afraid of the consequences. So most cases in my life, tried to go the straight and narrow. I mean, I've made some mistakes and took some unnecessary risks myself. I've done stupid stuff like my nephew, but nothing to the point of renting a vehicle, somebody else's property. That's on the borderline of grand theft. But anyway, I just thought I had to tell that story because it's a story about life, of course. And there's tons and tons of crazy things as well as good things that go on in this lifetime. But anyway, I asked the question and I asked it again. Where's the logic in being that type of a person? But you have some out there like that. Go figure.